When you think of great shooting big men throughout the league's history, who comes to mind? Dirk, Kevin Love, maybe even Karl Anthony Towns. But wait, none of you said Sam Perkins. I think all of you viewers are forgetting he was the original shooting big man who changed the view on letting big men shoot. This 17-year NBA vet had an odd relationship when it came to the three ball, but he changed the landscape before our very eyes. We first must head to North Carolina on Chapel Hill in order to start this story. After a culmination of summers going to events for USA Basketball, the Pan Am Games, and being a McDonald's All-American, where he still holds the rebound record, Perkins came very close to choosing UCLA, but a conversation with then-coach Larry Brown of the Bruins swayed Perkins' decision to choose North Carolina instead. Dean Smith was in the middle of his tenure at UNC and was still looking for that coveted first national championship. Perkins played all 4 years at North Carolina under Smith, starting over 119 games with every year actually improving. By the end of his senior season, he had his highest points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, blocks per game, and highest free throw percentage of his college career. Not to forget, he was also a 3-time consensus All-American, 3-time All-ACC, and being the ACC Rookie of the Year. His career at UNC also got helped out when a freshman by the name of Michael Jordan came to Chapel Hill in 1981. Here's when the Tar Heels finally won the championship they were chasing under Dean Smith, and it was a 63-62 thriller against Georgetown. At the end of Perkins' career, he was a top prospect coming out of college. He was seen as a proficient rebounder with a crazy wingspan and a defender who had the ability to shoot the deep ball. Although he showed potential from three by going 12 for 28 in college, the NCAA didn't universally implement the three-point line until 1986, so he kept this skill in his bag for a while. Now Perkins was a part of the great 1984 NBA draft class, and with the pick number 4,
Dallas selects Sam Perkins.
He spent 6 seasons with the Mavericks, where he played the traditional power forward role in that era. This was also a great role for him at the time, as he was surrounded by talent in Mark Aguirre, Derek Harper, Detlef Schrempf, and James Donaldson those early years. Within those 6 seasons at Dallas, Perkins started 423 games and helped lead the Mavericks to the playoffs 5 times, including a Western Conference Finals run in the 87-88 season. Perkins' split in that time was 14-8-2 on 47% shooting. Again though, the three ball was few and far between, as Sam only attempted 219 threes in Dallas, making just 57, equaling 26%. However, after his final season in Dallas, the 89-90 season, Perkins went into free agency. He chose to go to the Lakers to be with an organization that had a winning tradition on a level where he can be competitive. Perkins signed a 6-year, $19.2 million deal at the time to join a veteran LA team, which included James Worthy, AC Green, Byron Scott, and basically the last year of Magic's career. First season with the Lakers saw a split of 13-7-1, so a drop off from his Dallas days, but seemed reasonable with the team he was around. This Lakers team also made the 91 finals. They just ran into the start of Jordan's dominance and lost 1-4. Perkins basically did win game 1 though, making a go-ahead 3 for the team, so that is a plus. But speaking of threes, still nothing noteworthy from Perkins outside the arc, besides him shooting the most in a season of his career at 64, making 18 of them. Season 2 in LA in 91-92 was definitely a step back for the Lakers. Not only did they lose Magic, but barely finished above 500 at 43-39. Perkins was in a bigger role now, as this split this season was 16-9-2, and where he shot his most threes now in a season at 69, only to shoot 21% when doing so. Then season 3 for Perkins on the Lakers was a real letdown. It became the Lakers' first losing season since the 74-75 year, as the team finished 39-43. By February 18th, the team was sitting at 26-23 record. 4 days later, maybe a little out of the blue, the Lakers sent Perkins up north to Seattle in a trade. This involved center Benoit Benjamin and the rights to Doug Christie, as he never did sign with the Supersonics. George Karl, coach of the Supersonics at the time, knew 31-year-old Perkins would fit perfectly into his offense. There was just one thing. Perkins needed to work on his three-pointer. Perkins said in an interview on the iconic Sonic that Karl,
he played outside in. You know, he never really had a post player, and with the things that I was doing, he just told me to start working on threes and making sure that, you know, you do your job and take care of the middle, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is about it is that he helped my career go even further because of the fact the way they played. And
that indeed is what Perkins worked on, as in his 30 games with Seattle that season, he shot 45% from 3. Over the next 5 years in Seattle, Perkins revitalized his game and finally got to showcase his bag from college. Granted, with Perkins now getting older, he was only on 25 minutes a game and basically off the bench the entire time. This didn't stop his production though, as his split was 11-4-1 on 44% from the field. He also helped lead Seattle to the playoffs every season he was there, and even made it to the finals in 1996, but once again, lost to his former UNC teammate Michael Jordan 2-4. Now the real meat and potatoes of this video, his three-pointers. In his 5.5 seasons in Seattle, Sam shot 38.2% from 3, making 592 total three-pointers. Between the seasons of 93-94 to 97-98, all of Sam's full seasons in Seattle, he ranks 19th in made threes throughout the league. Names such as Reggie Miller, Tim Hardaway, Joe Dumars, and Glenn Rice were above him, but the next closest power forward or center to Perkins was probably Terry Mills, who made 415. Perkins was showing everyone that not only could big men shoot, but they could be good at it. I also can't forget, Perkins once even held the record for most threes made in a game without a miss, going 8 for 8 when he played the Raptors in 1997. Just another reason he was the original shooting big man. Another accomplishment he achieved in 1997 was that he competed in the three-point contest over All-Star Weekend. After his 97-98 season, now 37-year-old Perkins was looking for one last team that could use his help. That was the Indiana Pacers. Perkins finished his career here playing 3 years from 98-99 season to the 2000-2001 season. There was also another shot at winning a finals for Sam in 2000, but the Pacers weren't strong enough to defeat the Kobe and Shaq Lakers. 17 minutes a game was all he got these 3 seasons, but where he also shot his best three-point percentage of his career at 38.8%. These 3 years, he almost took more three-pointers a game than two-pointers as well, making 162 in this time. So between the aforementioned year period of 93-94 to 97-98, where he made 573 threes, adding his last 3 seasons in the league, got him to 735 three-pointers in that time. From the years 1993-94 to 2000-2001, he was tied 25th for made threes throughout the league. Trust me, my math is right, and he's tied there. I just don't want to pay to unlock the data. What's even crazier is that he did this on an average of 21.5 minutes per game. So eventually in the end, Perkins shot way more than the average big man in his era, and ended his career with 849 made three-pointers, ranking as of this recording 230th all-time. If Sam was shooting the way he did throughout his entire career, and maybe won a finals or 2, I think he would have been known as the greatest shooting big man to ever play the game of basketball. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, the subscribe button, and hitting the bell notifications. Thank you.